Forgot to tell you, Addison has got 88 million followers on TikTok. 88 million. If you're in South Africa, they've got more people than the people in South Africa following them on TikTok. Just to dumb it down like that, right? The TikTok millionaires. We're gonna do something called the top 5 of them, and then I'm gonna give you names, and I'm gonna tell you how much they're making, and all those. Are you ready? So every single day when you see that guy doing this, he's making 1.5. Are we learning something here? If humor keeps us alive as humans, and then you disrespect the fact that it's just a joke, well, let's say half of the population of the world was watching that thing when he was doing that, right? If you disrespect comedy like that, I've got comedic. That's on number 4. So now when I look at social media and I see people just talking the whole day like, talking like, how much are you making per your post? We reached a point where the world is moving in a direction where people are making money out of something that we never thought even the internet was going to exist. Imagine if I was to tell somebody that in 1980 or 1970 that, or 1950, that somebody is going to be a TikTok millionaire. They were going to laugh. They were going to think you're crazy.
Why are you sacrificing motivation? I want to kill this one.
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists. I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Good evening, everyone.
NippyCast.
Hola hater, who's it? It's been a while. Back again at it, NippyCast. As usual, I keep forgetting what episode we are on. I mean the number. Usually it's the number that I forget, but the topic, I never forget the topic. The reason why we're having this podcast today, what did I say? Tip. Okay. The T came because I was about to say TikTok podcast. And there's a reason why I'm having this one, because I was talking to a friend of mine, I think 2 weeks ago. When was this? What was the date here? Yeah, almost 2 weeks ago. I've been lazy to record it. So I was like, today, let me just do it. Let me do it. Usually on Mondays, I get a brainwave and then we do this podcasting thing. Thank you for watching all the other ones that you've watched. And then also, please tell your friends and like-minded people to follow if they feel the content. So the topic is TikTok millionaires. This one actually you can watch it with your Google app on to check if I'm bullshitting you or telling the truth. We're going to go look at who's making how much money on TikTok, because now it's a thing. There's a frenzy on TikTok. It's a thing now. Like, I hope the sun is not too much for our lighting. And then don't forget, this podcast is sponsored by Chili Beef Biltong with a zest of cannabis from 6G. Right there, the advert will come through just now. This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G Chili Beef Biltong. Enjoy. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. And yeah, thank you very much, Chili Beef Biltong 6G, for sponsoring this podcast from day one or for the past year at least. This podcast has been around for 2 years, so at least the Biltong people have got patience on it. We should be eating it now, but I don't have it. So, in fact, I'll probably have it later on. They will deliver later on. But thank you to the customers as well that have been has been endorsing this thing from our sponsorship perspective. So now, the TikTok millionaires. We're gonna do something called the top 5 of them. And then I'm going to give you names, and I'm going to tell you how much they're making, and all those. Are you ready? By the way, this is not information that was solicited somewhere else. This is public knowledge. Ne? Don't get it wrong. It's not gossip or this is like public knowledge, right? And this information comes from the year of 2022. So currently, this money could have changed since then. Maybe followership would have increased or gone down or whatever. But this is as far as 2022 says, according to the statistics of the TikTokers. On number 5, this one is going to be complicated. Number 5 is a bit weird. He recently didn't become our favorite guy because he slapped fucking Chris Rock on stage during the Academy, during the Oscars. This is a guy who's been loved by the whole almost world until that night when he slapped our favorite comedian. And I was a fan, but I stopped becoming a fan. I can't stop becoming a fan. I stopped being a fan that night when he slapped fucking Chris Rock, If humor keeps us alive as humans, and then you disrespect the fact that it's just a joke, and you go walk on stage in front of almost 8 billion people watching. Okay, not really all of us were watching, but you know what I mean. Well, let's say half of the population of the world was watching that thing when he was doing that, right? If you disrespect comedy like that, I've got comedic friends. Right about now, we're even running comedy shows at the Montelavu. Thanks for the people who have been supporting it from every single Thursday until Saturday. So 3 nights of just having fun and talking, writing new material, just making fun, just laughing at ourselves as people, just to unwind, But if somebody steps on my stage and then slaps one of my comic friends, I'll be as angry as everybody else in the comic industry. And we did a podcast about that, and I called Kidiboni the next morning after the slap. And then we did, you can go back to our archive, it's there with Kidiboni, and I think it's one of the most watched on this podcast. Kidiboni did an opening for Chris Rock at some stage. It's a good friend of mine. We're currently running that comedy show, we call it the Comedy Market. And then we're going to do something called Soweto Comedy Festival as well, I think in the next couple of months. So stay tuned to that one. So on number 5, going back to the point, his name is Will Smith. Already, by the fact that I've done that background, you already know I'm talking about fucking Will Smith. Hollywood licks his ass. They pray he's like the god there, That's why he's got enough balls to even win an award of whatever, and then everybody licks his ass after punching another guy. If it was me punching that guy, I was going to be arrested at the same time. 1 second. They were going to take me out immediately. I mean, really, it's not fair. So Will Smith has got 72 million followers there on TikTok. Somebody's provoking the dogs here. Eta, can you please just walk this way, because you and the dogs are making noise. Hey, things I deal with on this street. Oh, yeah, cool. This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Yeah, we had to dumb down the noise a little bit. Sorry for that. It was just the dogs and somebody irritating them on the other side. So otherwise, we're at Will Smith. He's got 72 million followers, right? This guy has got 5.1 billion money. Well, we call it net worth. Net worth would mean that, in fact, I'm going to use net worth across board. It doesn't mean that the money is there. Like if I go to his house now, I'll find it, or in his bank account. No. Net worth would mean that every single thing he owns is equivalent to 5.1 billion, right? So this guy could probably just have like 2 billion, 3 billion. That we can actually say, let's withdraw it. Well, no bank will withdraw that amount of money, but these are in dollars. These are, wait. These are not in dollars. These are in rands. The 5.1 billion are in rands. In dollars, it's $300 million. That's his net worth, right? He made it through the movies, Hollywood. That's why everybody kisses his ass, and that's why he can slap Chris Rock and no one gives a single fuck. No one gets arrested. No case gets opened. Just because of a fucking joke. Cool. Sharp. Good. How much money do you think he makes when he TikToks? That's the topic for today. He is currently making $54,000 per post. per post. Let that sink in. $54,000 per post, which is R1,000,000 today per post. He's an actor, he's a rapper, he's a film creator. You know, Will Smith doesn't need any introduction. He's on number 5 on the list. And remember, on this list is going to be complicated, like I did say earlier on. His entire net worth is not only from TikToking, so it's from the movies. So they included all the things he's been doing in his life. Because if you check on the next guy, their net worth would be slightly lower than that. Not even slightly, way, way, way lower than that. On number 4, we've got a person called Addison Raya, an Indian woman. She's an actress, Bollywood, social media personality, and some of you, I didn't know her until I researched this list that I'm telling you now. She is worth $15 million, which is almost around 255 million rands. My Zuma kicked in there. You see, I got the numbers wrong again. I feel like you're former president.
Houston, we have a problem.
Amount of 939,360,000, close to R1,000,000,000 for the purchase of the land.
The number of babies born HIV positive was reduced by 66% from 24,000 in 2008 to 8.200 in 2011.
769, 700, listen properly, 769,820 and 70 members, down from 100.2 million in 2012.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
4.1. Listen carefully. 4. Okay. Addison Raya, I could be butchering the name. Sorry, I'm not Indian. I don't know how to pronounce this one. So, but she makes a good $65,000 per post, which is like $1 million again per post, per TikTok, per TikTok post. That's on number 4. So now, when I look at social media and I see people just talking the whole day, like talking like, how much are you making per your post? You know, we've reached a point where the world is moving in a direction where people are making money out of something that we never thought even the internet was going to exist. Imagine if I was to tell somebody that in 1980 or 1970 that, or 1950, that somebody is going to be a TikTok millionaire. They were going to laugh. They were going to think you're crazy. We're on number 4. That's Addison Raya. I'll put up the pictures and the names as we broadcast this, and I'll also give you the figures properly. If I'm butchering the numbers, you correct me. Remember, this podcast is supposed to be open-minded, and then if I'm messing it up, you can do your own research and then you can correct me under the comments. So let's go to number 3. Number 3, we've got a person called Bella Porsche. You see, I might be butchering this surname again. I can tell you now, if I asked Bella Porsche or Porsche or whatever to pronounce my surname, they'll also probably butcher it. Okay, let's go into the numbers. They've got, I forgot to tell you, Addison has got 88 million followers on TikTok. 88 million, if you're in South Africa. They've got more people than the people in South Africa following them on TikTok. Just to dumb it down like that, right? Now, Bell Porsche has got 90 million followers. How much do they make per post? Oh, let's go to their net worth. Let's start with their net worth. Their net worth is $2 million which is 34 million rands currently. Well, the time I was doing this research, the rand was doing good. Right about now, the rand is doing bad. So they are almost like 35 million worth of net worth type of vibe. And I did explain what net worth mean. It doesn't mean that they have it in the pocket. You can go research it, Google it if you think I'm bullshitting you. So, but how much do they make per post? They make $67,000 per post, per TikTok, which is 1.1 million rands, which is currently now with the current exchange rate could go to 1.2 million rands. Wow, too much money here. Okay, now that's number 3. Remember, I'm handling the top 5 now. Now, should we go to number 2? Number 2, I think number 2, you know him. I also know him. The other ones I didn't know. Well, Will Smith would know. Addison I didn't know. Bella I didn't know. It was just based on research. I'm not going to sound like I know these people, but this one on number 2, I know him very well. This is the guy. Let me show you what he does. He's that guy. He's popular for this. He makes unnecessarily complicated life hack videos and debunk them and say this was not a thing. There was no need for this. You see, when they're complicating life, he just goes like, but I could have walked this way. You know him. His name is, actually, there's a way to pronounce this. They say Kabi Lame. It's not Kabi Lame. This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. We did research on this one to understand the actual phonetical pronunciation for it. It's not Kabi Lame. It's Kabane Lame. Kabane Lame. So this is, I think, is from. He grew up in somewhere in Europe, but he's from Africa somewhere. I think Uganda. Somewhere. I'll put up the facts. You see, I don't have a fact check today, so if you think I'm pulling this out of my ass, I'll do better research and then I'll. But he's an African child who was based in Europe. But all he did is he was silent. Think of Mr. Bean on steroids, but the black version. Like he just does this. He just debunks the things like unnecessary life hacks that you will see those Chinese there on TikTok saying you can make a tree. Like, you can't make a tree, you just have to plant it. Like, you know. Now, the most interesting part, how much does he have? He has got 143 million followers on TikTok. He makes, or should we start with his net worth? His net worth is $5 million, which is 85 million rands. And then he makes $92,000 per post, which is almost 1.5 million per post. So every single day when you see that guy doing this, he's making 1.5. Are we learning something here? Are we learning something here? Kawane Lame. Yeah, well, we'll get the pronunciation right, but yeah, right about there. So let's go to number 1. Number 1 is Charlie D'Amelio. Charlie D'Amelio was popular from the gimmicky of dancing on the TikTok. You see the stuff that they're doing now with the TikTok where they do and then you see a group of people dancing. This is the originator of that. I think did I say 19? I just gave away my age. In 2018, somewhere there. She is the person who started this thing.
The B, it's M to 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 the B, bang.
Down south, hood baby, make all the girls go crazy,
Go stupid, but you smart like an A+ student. Right now, looking for your love right now.
Kore nani, kore nani, kore nani, kore nani, kore nani, kore nani, neko.
Open up the safe, bitch, it's got a lot to say. To see in your face, that'll put you in your place. 7 letters on the plate.
She's got 142 million followers. And then her net worth is $20 million, which is 340 million rands, right? How much does she make per post on this one as we close this TikToker Millionaires? In the case of South African version of it, it should be called TikToker Billionaire. After the conversion of the currency, you know, they are making 106 million US dollars per post, which is almost 2 million rands per post. That's Charlie D'Amelio. All these people are there on TikTok. I'm also there, but it's just that I can't broadcast the stuff on TikTok. But we obviously use YouTube, and then on Facebook, you can follow us, and then for extra dialogue. This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Otherwise, thank you for watching NippyCast. Chovicho.
Why are you sacrificing with bitches when I kill this one?
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists.
I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Good evening, everyone.
NippyCast.